Hello, this is Team iFish, and we're presenting our solution for problem statement number 2, the FINFO problem statement. One of the big problems is that good data collection is required for sustainably managing fisheries. And that data includes what species, when it was caught, where it was caught, what kind of methods were used, and gear, and how much was caught by fishermen. Normally, the fishermen have to fill this data out themselves, or they have fisheries observers that will ride along with them. And that was part of the problem statement. The data that's needed is important for managing these fisheries because with good data you can make good decisions about how many fish are left or what kind of catches would be allowed to keep that fishery sustainable. So good data leads to good management, and poor data leads to overfishing and poor management and maybe eventually that fishery collapsing. So the problem statement was saying that the current method is really inefficient because they have to use a variety of forms from state, local, federal levels. They spend a lot of their time filling out those forms, and in the end, those organizations that have the data don't necessarily use the same format, so that if they want to compare across organizations, that it takes a lot of manual effort. So what they wanted was a mobile collection device, some way that is more universal and easy to enter all the data that's needed, they're required to enter, a web service infrastructure to store all that information once they submit it and allow people to access that information to make decisions, and also some kind of standard data storage, like interoperability standard that allows so that there's uniform way it's stored across different organizations, right? Something that will standardize all the data.
We built a hybrid mobile app that can be used on iOS and Android, as well as be accessed on the web. We built it on Meteor.js, which uses MongoDB as the database.
So we built it with Meteor.js, and the cool thing about Meteor is it's easy to change and expand upon, so in the future we can add a whole bunch of new features, especially to make the process more automated. The whole point of the app was to make it simple and easy to use and have minimal distractions for the fisherman or the observer, so they could focus on doing their job while still collecting the relevant data. So we'll go ahead and do the demo now. So once a fisherman or observer first downloads the app, they can create their profile. They fill out their personal information as well as information of their boat. So this is basically just to add it to the database so you know who's responsible for catching what fish during which trips and that sort of thing. So we'll just fill out our info here, just basic phone number, email. We tried to make it as simple as possible so the people using the app wouldn't be too distracted and they could focus on doing their jobs. So potentially in the future we'd also have an object for their gear on board. So they could just select, I have this sort of net, these types of hooks, and then eventually when they make their catch or their haul, they can just specify which gear they used. So we'll just fill out the vessel characteristics, and once we submit this, we can go ahead and click Start Trip once we depart from the port. And what this does is it grabs the location once you click that button, so we know where the trip started. And now while we're on the trip, as soon as we make a catch, we can add a new haul. And this will bring us a form where we can specify all the details of the haul. For the sake of the demo though, we'll just specify the species and the weight. But you can see there's also number of fish, location, which will be automatically taken in once you click Add New Haul. And then you could specify your gear, all the info about it, and that again will be automatically pulled from the profile. And then also the weather conditions, water surface temperature, fish ticket type, and ideally the weather and water surface temperature will be taken from sensors aboard the ship. So that it's, again, just easier for the fishermen to focus on their job and let the app do everything automatically. So we'll submit this, and then you can see our haul in our trip page. we caught 42 kilos of herring. And so this will auto-populate with each new haul that we add. And once we come back to port, we can go ahead and click Stop Trip. Again, this will take the location of the phone where we're at, and it will auto-populate the ending latitude and longitude of where we are. From there, we could view our past trips, and you could see we have the date and then some details about the hauls. And from here, you can edit and add the sale price once you sell it and the condition of the fish that were sold. And yeah, that's about it for the app. You could start a new trip and continue and go back and view your past trips again. All right, so that was the demo, and then you can also check the web interface for the standardized schema of data that we are collecting. And yes. So that was our app. Thanks for watching. We hope it can contribute to the ongoing efforts to lessen overfishing and help with the more efficient management of fisheries. Thanks.
Woohoo!